Hey everybody, hope you're doing well. This is Keith from Keith Greer Coaching. Last time we were together, I talked a little bit about this concept of creating a working agreement as a mechanism to determine, is there the requisite level of trust, safety, and inclusion in the room with any group you happen to be working with. You can even do this with an individual that you are working with. I wanted to talk a little bit more today about some of the neuroscience behind the creation of trust and safety. So one of the things we know is that when we interact with people, our brain is scanning our relational world and our emotional world multiple times a second, seeking out danger. It's there to keep us safe. And when we perceive not safe, we jump right into that wonderful fight, flight, freeze, appease that has kept us safe and alive over the millennia. But in today's world, it doesn't work really well for us, because it is a sign that in that moment, I do not feel safe, I do not feel trust, and I do not feel included. What we know neurochemically is when we are in this place of fight or flight, cortisol is coursing through our brain and it is closing down our prefrontal cortex. And there's a really significant problem with that. Housed in our prefrontal cortex are a host of human capacities that we need to use to create safety and trust with others, to connect with other human beings. So I want to share with you today an acronym, W.I.S.E, W-I-S-E, F-I-T. Housed in our prefrontal cortex are the capacities of wisdom, integrity, strategies, empathy and compassion, forethought, insight, and trust. But here's the kicker. When we are in fight and flight, when we perceive our world as not safe, we are walled off from all of those capacities. Our prefrontal cortex is closed tightly. And so while we might think that we're connecting with others, we really aren't. We just don't have the neurological ability to do that in that moment. And here's where we go. We fall into what Judith Glaser from Conversational Intelligence has always called our addiction to being right. If I do not perceive the world as safe and trusting, or this specific person, then the only thing I can call upon is what I know. And as soon as I go to this place of I'm right, it immediately puts me also in a place of you're wrong. And what we know in today's world, whether it's in the workplace, whether it's in any of our relationships, is that more and more we need to be at a place where we can co-create, where we can walk in a room together, share our ideas, share them safely with a level of trust, with nobody dug into that addiction to being right, because together our capacity to create something new is greater. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, what your experience maybe has been, and how you create trust and safety in your relationship and with your teams. Please weigh in on a comment below. Let's start a conversation.